Welcome to the Importing, Reconciling and Creating Manual Commission Statements video in EZLynx. In this video, we will look at commission statement workflows, such as importing and creating statements, as well as reconciling them in preparation for running monthly reports. So, let's get started. To access any statements in your system, hover over the Policy Management icon and under the Commissions header click Statements. Let's take a look at the elements on the Commissions Statement page. On the left side of the page, you will see the statement filters. Using the date range filter is very important to make sure that you are seeing the statements that you want to be working on. You can also filter on statement status, type, and if any statements are ready to be finalized. If you have statements that are ready to be finalized, you will see a green check icon next to them. The system monitors the status of each statement, so when you see this icon, it means the statement has no unmatched items and is ready to be finalized. Using the search bar, you can search by carrier name, statement number, or dollar amount to find the exact statement needed. The center of the screen houses all statements. Typically you will only see the statements you have filtered down to. You can set the number of entries on the page below, and then use the arrows to move between pages if needed. In the top right, you will see several buttons, most importantly the New and Import buttons. These allow you to create a new manual statement or import a statement from a CSV file respectively. Notice that there is also a Finalize button. This will be grayed out until statements that are ready to be finalized are selected. Next is the Export button. This will export a list of your statement headers and is an easy way to see your commissions volume across carriers. Finally, the Edit Columns button will let you select which columns should show on this screen. Now that we have our bearings, there are three ways a statement can appear in EZLynx. They can be manually created, imported, or downloaded. You can tell how the statement came into the system by looking at the Type column. Downloaded statements will come into your system automatically as long as you have this arrangement set up with your carriers. Make sure to give them a call and see if they offer statement downloads. If they don't download, you will need to manage manual and imported statements. Luckily EZLynx makes this quick and easy. Now, let's import a statement. First, make sure your file is in CSV format, then click Import. This screen will take you through the statement import workflow. First, enter the statement summary information, making sure to fill in each required field. Please note that the carrier dropdown will only show carriers that are in your Manage Carriers and Markets list. When ready, click Upload File. Here, you can drag or select your prepared CSV file to upload it. When ready, click Map Column Headers. If this is the first time mapping a statement for this carrier, you will need to tell EZLynx which fields correspond to the required EZLynx fields. After mapping the fields once for a carrier, the system will remember this mapping the next time you import a statement from that carrier. This way you won't have to perform this step each time, saving you time when working on future statements. After mapping is completed, click Review Imported Statement to move on. If everything is correctly entered on the statement, you will not have anything to review here. However, if there are any mistakes with the mapping or data entered on the spreadsheet, EZLynx will show you which item is affected and can be corrected. Let's look at an example. Notice the unrecognized LOB code. The system will highlight the field in question red so you can quickly see what you need to correct. Click the pencil icon and the fields will become editable, and then you can enter the correct code. The system will suggest codes that it thinks you are looking for. Once everything looks correct, click the check mark. If you selected one of the codes, EZLynx will ask if you would like it to remember the selection the next time it encounters that incorrect code. This means you won't have to manually correct it again. When ready, click Finish to complete the import. This will take you straight into the Commission Detail view for the newly imported statement. If this was a downloaded statement, you would start the reconciling process from here. On the Commissions Detail view, you can see the summary information at the top of the page. While reconciling, you will want to keep an eye on the unmatched commission amount. Once you are done looking over the statement and making sure all rules are matched correctly, this dollar amount should be $0. This means the statement is completely reconciled. You may also notice the unapplied cash number. This number will equal the balance of the statement until you approve every line item. Once that number is $0, you are ready to close out the statement. Next to the search are statement filters, which will allow you to filter by matched or unmatched. This can help see exactly which lines you should be focusing on. You can also see some buttons on the right of the screen: Update Commissions, which we will expand on in a moment, Add Commissions, which will enable you to manually add a line item, Create Receipt, which will allow you to create a receipt for each line item if you have our accounting product, Finalize Statement, which currently shows a locked symbol, and Edit Columns. Next, the best practice steps to reconcile a statement are the following. First, click the Show Hide arrows to expand all line items. This way you can easily see which rules each policy matches at a glance. Next, click Update Commissions. This is very important, as it will run the statement through your commissions rules and match as many line items as possible. You must click this button to efficiently reconcile a statement. The system may take some time to load while it matches the rules. Once done, you can check that all line items have been matched to their correct rule. Sometimes, you may find that a line item does not match a rule, or maybe there is a customer or policy on a statement that is not yet in the system. Let's take a look at an example of both of these scenarios, starting with a policy that has yet to be created in the system. Since the EZLynx commission system relies on customer and policy data being input to match on a statement, the line item will be unmatched on the statement even after clicking Update Commissions, so you will have to manually match this line item. To do this, click Match for the line item. Here, you will see the option to create a new applicant or policy. If you click this, you can get this policy into the system from the statement. The system will first try to search for an existing account. We see that Kiera has an account, but we need to add the new auto policy. Click Create a new policy for this applicant. This is the same Add Policy screen that you work with from the account overview. Most of the information has been pre-filled from the statement. Fill in the rest, and when ready, save. Now, the line item is matched and this policy now exists in the system. Another common cause of a line item being incorrectly matched is due to a policy producer code override missing on the policy. If that code is missing from the policy, then the rule will not be able to match to the line item. In this case, you will probably know which rule the policy should match to. In our example, this policy should match our EAU 50/50 rule. This rule depends on the policy producer code EAU being input on the policy. Navigate to the policy by clicking the policy number on the statement. From here, click Actions, then Edit. As suspected, there is no producer code entered in the producer code override field. This is required when using policy level rules. We will enter this now. Once you click out of the field, notice the rule updated to the right. Now this policy is matched to the correct rule. When ready, save policy, and navigate back to the statement to verify. Since a change was made outside the statement, you will need to click Update Commissions to make sure the change we just made is applied. Now the rule is matched correctly on the statement. It's important to note that there can be many different reasons why a line item may not match correctly, but this example showcases one of the more common troubleshooting processes. After reviewing all of the line items on the statement and making sure they are correct, you are ready to approve the statement. You can approve a single line item by clicking the checkbox to the left or all at once by checking the top checkbox. After approving, notice the Finalize Statement button is now green and the unmatched commission amount is 0. This indicates that the statement is completely reconciled and ready to be closed. Click Finalize Statement. Once the statement is finalized, then soon the data will be available on commission reports. Next, if your carrier does not provide a statement to import, you can create a new statement from scratch by clicking New. These fields are the same as the first step of the import workflow. Once the required fields are complete, click Add. Here in the New Statements detail view, you can immediately begin adding policies to the statement. To do so, enter an applicant name or policy number in the search field. A drop-down menu will display, and you can choose the correct choice that matches the transaction details on the statement. Next, choose the correct transaction type and fill in the necessary information. Once everything looks correct, click Add to create the line item. You can then repeat this process for each line item on the statement. From there, reconciling follows the same workflow as an imported statement. That is all for this video. You should now have the knowledge and skills to import, reconcile, and create manual commission statements in EZLynx. Thanks for watching.